I recently had the opportunity to usher a new quilter into the fold. Very excited about it. She wanted to make a t-shirt quilt, and so that was her, look who's here. This is what I'm talking about, right here. Whenever this camera comes on, there she is. Now that she's been on camera, she'll go lie down, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, as I was saying, I recently had the opportunity to usher a new quilter into the fold. She is 26 or 27 years old. She is a friend of my daughter's and a friend of mine too. And she wanted to make a t-shirt quilt. Well, I didn't know anything about t-shirt quilts, but you can bet that when somebody says to me, I want a quilt, I'll figure out a way to get them in. And the really great thing is that Katie got bit by the bug, and so now she's just like a quilter. But what I did was I have many machines, and I have lent her one of mine, kind of like the library system. So if you are a seasoned quilter out there and you know somebody who wants to learn to quilt, you might consider letting them borrow a machine of yours on a library system, and then you get it back. But if you don't have access to a machine, you're going to want to start shopping for one. And I think the thing to do, there are a couple things. Number one, you're going to want to really look and see what you can afford. There is everything, from machines that are 29 cents practically up to a machine that I have by Bernina that's quite extensive. But I got my very first Bernina, how old's my daughter? 27 years ago. And I have grown with the company. Before that, I had a fine machine, but I really think that if it's all possible, go to a sewing machine dealer and see what you can buy there, because they'll be able to give you the support that you need. And at this point, you don't need to get the top of the line. You might even be able to get like a trade-in or something like that. But when you buy a machine, it's wonderful to be able to have the support of the dealership. I know that's not possible for everyone, but it's just something to consider. Now, when you start quilting, the tools can become kind of expensive. It's kind of an expensive sport. So let me just go through what I would suggest you buy first shot out of the barrel. I love my rotary cutters. I have tons of them. I can remember when Olfa invented these, and these are just a sampling. I would start with the medium-sized rotary cutter. The truth of it is I happen to use the large one, but this is the one I would probably start with. And they have different variations even within this. A rotary cutter is a rolling razor blade. That is sharp, sharp, sharp. Proper safety must be used when you're using it, and we'll get into that a little bit when we get into cutting. I love, for my very first ruler, a 6 by 12 inch rotary ruler. You want one that is designed specifically for cutting. When the rotary cutter was invented, we used flimsy little plastic rulers, and it's amazing that my fingers are all still intact. I love this one by Olfa. One thing with this ruler though, where I live, it's very dry, and when I take it out of the package, it's staticky. So I just take some hand cream, rub it on my hands, and then just kind of caress the ruler, and it breaks the static. Staticity? Breaks the static. Okay, there's tons of these rulers, and in the end, you'll own them all. Also, there's different size mats that you can get, and I love this green one. It's a medium-sized mat. You can get them smaller than that, but I would start with medium, and the truth of the matter is, on my cutting table, I have a huge Mongo one, but this one can end up being a workshop mat and or one that you use in your space. Never, ever, ever leave it in direct sunlight or in a hot car. It will warp, and once it warps, it's done. This one's by Olfa too. Pins. I like expensive pins, extra long, fine glass head pins. They're the pins that make you kind of have when you see the price, but if you use big fat pins, they're going to just cause you problems. And then I like little shears, little scissors that are reserved strictly for my quilting. So okay, now you got your machine, you've got your mat, you got your rotary cutter, you've got your pins, you've got your scissors. Up next, I want to talk about fabric.